When you're driving through the Nevada desert in the middle of the night, the world shrinks to the size of your windshield. In that pitch black, the glowing GPS on your dashboard is the only thing tethering you to the map. But there is a legend of a road that doesn't exist on any paper map. They call it Route 13. It only surfaces during spontaneous midnight glitches, appearing as a phantom path on a digital screen. The stories say those who follow the blue line of the GPS onto this road never reach their actual destination. They simply exit the grid. But the most disturbing accounts aren't about the people who go missing. They're about the ones who make it back and the obsession that follows them home. Daniel was a long-haul trucker who had driven these desert routes for a decade. On a routine haul from Vegas, at exactly 2:07 a.m., his navigation system did something he'd never seen before. Daniel survived his night on Route 13, but his story suggests that the road doesn't just trap vehicles, it waits for the right moment to pull you back in. At 2:07 a.m., Daniel's GPS screen spasmed. The planned route to Arizona vanished, replaced by a single sharp turn leading onto a road labeled only as Route 13. Thinking it was a shortcut, he took the exit. The moment his tires hit the new asphalt, the lights of the main highway disappeared behind him. The radio, which had been playing clear music seconds before, dissolved into a wall of heavy, rhythmic static. He was miles into the dark when he saw a figure standing in the center of the road. It didn't move, even as the truck bore down on it. Daniel stood on the brakes, bringing the rig to a dead stop. The figure slowly turned toward the cab. In the high beams, Daniel saw that the man had no features. Where there should have been eyes, a nose, and a mouth, there was only a smooth black void. Daniel slammed the truck into reverse, desperate to back away. But as he checked his rear mirror, he saw the same faceless shape standing inches from his back bumper, illuminated by the red glow of his brake lights. Through the static of the radio, a voice whispered a single instruction: turn around. On his dashboard, the GPS screen flashed a new message: you missed the exit. Every piece of technology Daniel relied on for safety, his radio, his navigation, his mirrors, was now providing him with conflicting, terrifying information. Daniel ignored the GPS and gunned the engine. As he sped forward, the road became a graveyard. Dozens of rusting cars sat abandoned on the shoulder, their tires flat and windows shattered. Beside every wreck stood another figure. They were all faceless, and as the truck roared past, they all turned their heads in perfect unison to follow his movement. Suddenly, the truck suffered a total electrical blackout. The engine died, and the headlights snapped off, leaving Daniel in a silence so thick he could hear his own heartbeat. Then he heard them. Footsteps on the gravel, circling the truck. A few seconds later, a slow, deliberate tapping started on the driver's side window. A hand pressed against the glass. A single, dark finger traced a word into the fog of Daniel's breath. Stay. Adrenaline took over. Daniel cranked the ignition with everything he had, and the engine roared back to life. He floored it, and within seconds, the dark road dissolved back into the familiar lights of the main highway. When he reached the next town, he checked his GPS history to show the police. But there was no record of Route 13. According to the digital log, his truck had never left the main interstate. For those who escape, Route 13 doesn't stay in the past. It creates a looping pull in the mind. Friends watched Daniel deteriorate. He stopped day shifts, instead idling at highway exits at 2 a.m., staring at his GPS, waiting for the glitch. Eventually, the pull became too strong. 6 weeks after his first encounter, Daniel told his neighbor he was going to finish the drive. He took his truck out that night and never returned. His truck was located 2 weeks later. It was parked on a dead-end dirt road miles from any main thoroughfare. The keys were still in the ignition, but Daniel was gone. On the dashboard, someone had traced a final message into the dust. I found the exit. You will too. If you find yourself on a lonely road tonight and your navigation suggests an unfamiliar shortcut, think twice before you turn that wheel. Some roads are designed to be found, and once they have your coordinates, they may never let you go.